Good evening, my friends. I hope you are having a great evening. Today, we're celebrating. I have hit affiliate, which means I believe 30% of you now get to watch adverts before before joining my stream. But thank you everyone who has helped get me the followers and the views to be able to hit this milestone. It's great. I feel a great sense of achievement from it. Particular shout outs to Cozy Witch and JR Plays Games, who have really helped, not just in terms of letting me poach viewers from their communities occasionally, but also for teaching me a lot about streaming and how Twitch works. And JR has certainly has helped me in the past with getting my OBS set up properly and so forth. So, massive thanks to those guys. Today, Monday evening, as ever, we are chilling out with some Taiji, some late game content. Dark Flow's in the chat. Hey. How are you doing, my friend? So... Darkflow subscribed! This is like my first subscriber. You've still... you get the standard... So, I literally only got the affiliate email yesterday. Thank you very much for the GGs. First, oh my god! Do you get a special badge for being my first subscriber? Founder, 1 month subscriber. Hey, Drunken Frog, it's been so long. How are you, sir? Yeah, so I got the affiliate email last night, right? And I did the paperwork and so on, but I haven't done any of the, because there's so much to do with like custom emotes, all of the. You've got custom emotes, you've got the subscriber tiers and all of that stuff to sort out, and I haven't done any of that, but I'm really looking forward to fiddling around with some of the cool stuff in the in the back end. So, Drunken Frog still alive. That is great. That is the first step to success, right? But yeah, it's been a long time. How's your health been? I just realised I don't even have my Miro board up. I was so excited to get the stream started. I haven't even actually got the Miro board up yet. Right. So yes. Last time out we were dealing with this monstrosity of a puzzle here, which was just amazing to work through. I don't know, I would need to look back at the VOD to see, but I think this might have been about 45 minutes to an hour of the stream, genuinely. Okay. We're into late game content, so there are no warm-up puzzles to be done. Channel points. Do you know what? I think I'm actually going to have to look at a Twitch tutorial for what some of this stuff is. Do you know what I also need to do then? This has been on my to-do list for ages, right? So stream elements, which is what I use for my overlay. I've only got one overlay, which puts the chat box in the video over on the left-hand side. What I really need to get round to doing is build myself a second overlay so that when I move the windows back and forth, and you know what? The transition has even stopped working on that one. So that's a move transition. That's supposed to be a move transition as well. But it ain't moving. Oh no, it is now. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, fine. But I really need to get around to sorting out an overlay which actually moves the Twitch chat over to that bottom right hand corner, which is kind of dead space at the moment. So channel points, I think, help highlight messages, right? And I believe you accrue channel points just by watching the channel, if I recall. You got to hit that box for the bonus points to kind of keep that engagement on during the stream, I suppose. So no warm-up puzzles. This is all endgame content. So we got halfway through trying to deal with this puzzle last time out. We could, in fact, probably look at where we got to with it. Yeah, we got to here with it. But this is somewhat where we got to. Because I don't really remember it, let's actually give it a reset. And we will start again. Because otherwise my previous notes are just going to confuse me. And it's better to just look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. You get channel points from watching, and if you decide to raid somebody when you're done, you get even more for sticking around. Say you should rise the price of highlighting messages. It's not important right now, but you should keep it in mind. 100 is pretty low. And there's a multiplier if you're a subscriber. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Right. So, for Frog's benefit, what we need to do here is each colour can add to each other's area. We're looking at contiguous areas. So this one, for example, needs to be in an area of only one. And because there are no dots anywhere around it, we know that this one can only be one. But this 3 and this 4, for example, can combine together into an area of 7. Okay? But they could also be separate from each other. The dashed lines around means that they are forced to be either on or off. And so the idea is that we fill out these squares so that, you know, all of the squares are either on or off, and so on. You can do custom gambling in your chat so that people can use their channel points to gamble. That's interesting. What would you be gambling on, though? Right, so this one has to be black and on its own, and this one has to be black and on its own, and this 2 has to be black, and this 2 has to be black. This 6 has to be on. That one has to be on, that one has to be on, and that one has to be off. Okay, so that is a convenient enough starting point. "50-50 predictions." Oh wow, I'm gonna need to watch some. I'm gonna need to watch some other streamers to actually like get some ideas. So this one that's forced to be on has to be in an area which is only 1 large. So that means all of the squares around it must be off. And similarly, these 2 have to be in areas which only have 1s. So these also have to be surrounded by areas which are on. Which kind of means that this one here also has to be an off because it's next to 2 ons, which means that has to be an on and that has to be an on. Okay, fine, we are doing okay so far. Random races on YouTube. What is that like? I've seen some of those like marble run challenges where it's like, which colour of marble is going to get to the end of the marble run first? Now, these 2 are next to each other, this purple and this cyan here, and they cannot be touching to be the same colour. So that means this 4 has to be on, right? Now, if this 3 were off, it wouldn't be able to work, right? Because that couldn't be off, because then those two would bump into each other. But it also couldn't be on, because then you don't have an area of 3 to be able to make that work. Meaning that that 3 has to be on. So we have an area of 5 so far around here. Now previously we've explored... You find something that you like. If you're not into these sorts of things, it's fine to keep the channel as is. I mean, the thing that's sort of most important to me about the channel is kind of the feel of it, right? Because, well, I don't really particularly think of myself as a terribly entertaining guy. I just kind of, I'm more into sort of like the chilled out vibes, right? So, I think that's the feel that I want to kind of get. Nice. Now previously I've experimented with this being a 7 with us making use of that square there to make that 7, and we've always got a little bit stuck on that one. Let's hypothesize that 7 is actually this one. And do you know what? We need a hypothesis colour. Do you know what would be really handy? If anyone from Miro is watching, right? Can I have a 4th pen? Please. Can I have a 4th pen? That would be really nice. Let's choose pink as our hypothesis colour. So let's hypothesize that one is on. Okay, and we'll take cyan as a hypothesis colour. Do you know what? With the emotes and stuff, I'm actually kind of thinking about hitting up like an actual graphics designer and making something that actually looks like half decent. Like the channel logo is literally just a photo of me that I stuck through a black and white filter and fuzzed it a little bit and then took out the background and then put it on a teal background. And it sort of works, but ultimately it is just a picture of me. I think like when it comes to sort of emotes and improving things, like I would really like on the stream elements overlay, like the follower animation, aside from the fact that it's actually currently broken, when a new follower joins, it's actually kind of split twice on the screen. Don't really know why. But even ignoring the fact that it's currently a little bit broken, the follower animation, it's a bit jank. Like I made it in a morning and all it is like a coin that rolls in and then gets bigger and smaller. It's like, it's proper, yeah, it's pretty basic. Here's an interesting thought, right? That could be R4 there, right? Which means this could actually be on, and we were really struggling with this one before. This needs to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could have a 6, 7 here. That'd be kind of interesting, although we're going to bump into this guy who has to be on pretty immediately, right? Pretty super immediately, because 1, 2, 3, like, how else you gonna... yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. So... I don't think we've got the room to be able to do that. But then if that one's off... Oh, man. This is actually a really, really tricky part of this puzzle. Incidentally, you know, we are, what is it, 16 minutes in and we don't have our first puzzle yet. We try and get our first puzzle within the first half hour. That would be, it's always preferable, right? If this one also has to be an off, nah, that's not going to work, right? Because how are you going to get beyond that point? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I suppose it does only need 7, doesn't it? Wait. Oh. No, that has to be on. That has to be on. That's not. I was kind of thinking this area is pretty tricky. You did it last. Wasn't sure I'd be able to do it. Congratulations on hitting affiliate. Unfortunately, can't hang around for too long. Oh, bit donation. Thank you, Frog. That's really nice. Have a great day. Can't wait to see the great things you're going to do with your channel. Thank you very much. Hit up the YouTube channel for loads of other great games which I don't have time to stream, but do have time to record. And it'll be great. Great to see you in the comments section, and we can have a bit of a back and forth asynchronously, you know. Or I'll just hit you up in whispers at some point, because I'm interested to hear how you've been over the last year. It's been a while since we caught up. Yeah, so what I was thinking was, well, hey, actually, if that one can be off and that one can be off, maybe they're actually two separate areas. But that doesn't work, because this one definitely has to be on because of this one here. So what's the best you could do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and this is incidentally assuming that that one's on, right? Because I would kind of like it to not be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could get 7 here. That would mean that this 6 would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That 4 could be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5 can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Does that just work? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that just work? Have I been being really dumb? That actually what I was working on last time just totally works? Hey, we have Justy303 in the chat. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Great to see you here. We're about to solve our first puzzle of the evening. Thank you very much for your congratulations. Really, really pleased to hit this milestone. That one goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, we did it. Okay, stop the clock. 21 minutes 20. Very nice. Incidentally, thank you very much, Justy, for your whisper the other day. I probably would have been wandering around for a long, long time not knowing what I'd been doing wrong. But you're absolutely right. I went back and checked the VOD myself, and it was... you're absolutely right. I misremembered where that switch had been. And then when I was editing up the video, I also noticed that the 15 that I'd spent ages drawing was actually that way around, not that way around. So we've got to go back. We're going to go back and we're going to basically redo all of that maths that we did last time. I mean, we're going to end up with a code, which I don't know where it's going to go. Like, abduction is hard. It's really hard. Yes, it's definitely a game that does not mess about. Okay, those two need to be on, and those two need to be on. And because that one's on, those are going to need to be off. And that needs to be off, and that needs to be off, and so do those. Right, great. Okay, so we've got on. Oh, interesting. Wait, no. How is that gonna work? Because we can't have that one, because then we've got 5. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. We take those 4 instead, right? We leave that one off, and then that one has to be off. Okay. Then we've got 3 off here, which means that one actually needs to be on. So the best we're going to do is go around there with that. And then this one's going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. This one's going to be... Oh, that one's going to be a bit tricky. Oh, no. These can combine to make 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And theoretically, it shouldn't matter where the last one goes, if I've counted that correctly. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, that should be fine. Great. Last one in this section. It's a 2-colour puzzle this time. If you're really enjoying Abduction on Sunday mornings, you should check out Quern on the YouTube. Well, I've also got Myst on the YouTube as well. Myst I had great fun playing. Like, Myst was like my proper revenge game. So I played it as a child and got totally stuck, and it just never worked at all. I just seen that JR has just given me a shout out on his channel. Thank you very much, JR. Yeah. So Myst, yeah, played it like as a child, got totally stuck, never finished it. Came back as an adult 30 years later, really enjoyed it. So now I'm kind of down the Cyan Worlds rabbit hole, playing a whole bunch of other Cyan Worlds games, and really enjoying them, actually. So Abduction is obviously also Cyan Worlds. Quern is not Cyan Worlds, but it's a very similar game to Myst. I hesitate to call it a Myst-like, right? Because Myst has been around for so long that kind of first-person immersive puzzle experience is not really a Myst-like. It's just a 3D puzzle game, right? I don't know if there is an official name for the genre, actually. I should probably try and look it up at some point. Okay. This is going to have to be black. That's going to have to be black. But Quern I've been really enjoying. That is also very hard. Both Abduction and Quern I'm finding harder than the original Myst. For sure. Wanders in from JR to wish you congratulations. Thank you very much, Meredith, and thank you very much for all of the shout-outs that you've been doing on the Discords for me and so on. That's been really great, thank you. It missed was how you found my channel. Oh, brilliant, thank you. Hope I won't actually wait with Riven until the remake. I'm really 50-50, you know. Yeah, I'm really 50-50. Because, that one's going to have to be off, isn't it? Because I really do want to play Riven, and I want to play it soon. But the remake has been announced, and I have really enjoyed the Myst remake. Oh, I don't know. Right, so that one's got to be on, and then that makes 4 there. So these are all going to need to be off. Oh, you just bought Riven. Oh, fair. Oh, that's... Oh. How much for? I mean, it's got to be, like, a bit cheap, right? I mean, I know Cyan Worlds don't really ever make their games cheaper, but... Right, so that's already got too many elements in it. So this one we're going to need to join up here, and maybe we'll do that. And then this one can be like this. And then that one's going to need to be on in that kind of fashion. And then we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should work. Da-dum. And there we go. Very nice. $5. That's alright, that's alright. Maybe we should play. Maybe we should play the OG Riven. Oh, wow, right. We got some... Okay, we got some big puzzles here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Dominoes are going down this stream. Dominoes are going down. Okay, these are all going to push each other. These are all going to push each other. Because the fact that this is surrounded by blues on this side means that that one has to be on. That means this one is going to have to be off all the way to here. Which means that that is on, and that is on, and that is on. This is a big one for sure. Look at this, we've got a 9. We've got several 9s on the board, all in colours which could be combined with other things. However, thankfully we also have some 1s as well, except for the fact... well, actually, do you know what? We do actually have a massive benefit on this board, don't we? Because almost everything that has dominoes in it tells us what its colour is supposed to be, with the exception of this guy over here. But this guy over here, we kind of already know now implicitly that it's going to have to be off, because otherwise it will interfere with this 4. So that's very strongly going to imply that that's an on, and then we've got an off and an off. But yeah, so we have some good initial... We've got some good initial data here, yeah. So that needs to be on to separate those two, which means we're going to get an off here and an off here. This one needs to make a 3, which means that those two are going to be on, and that one's going to be on. Okay, something's going wrong with my chatbot a little bit, because that's supposed to trigger every hour, and it's triggered twice already now. So we'll have to add that to the list too, I guess. The chatbot is relatively new. The chat pod is relatively new. Last Wednesday or Thursday I did an extra stream because my wife wasn't feeling too well, so went to bed early. And yeah, just chilling, playing some chess on stream. And someone posted a link to one of their chess games in the chat and got an official warning from the bot, and I was like, oh my god, I'm really sorry, I did not, like, it's just all default behavior. I mean, it serves me right, because I really shouldn't just turn things on without understanding how they work, right? But, you know, I'm just a bit of a shoot from the hip kind of guy like that, I suppose. So that's that 4. That 5 is going to come through, and it's going to at least need to go to there. These 1s are all going to have, they're all going to be surrounded by blue ones. So these 1s, because these 1s cannot, right, and this is the massive advantage with this having a dashed line around it, right? If this didn't have a dashed line around it, we'd have to be worried as to whether this was going to combine with these 1s. But the fact that this is forced to be off means that we can be totally confident with these. Okay, and that 3 is already set, so that's like this. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's done. We'll come back to that one. So those are all going to be off. These 2 3s are definitely going to need to combine to be a 6, and that is already combined into that one. This 4, though, is going to concern, yeah? Because well, this one has to be off here. And that already makes that 2. Which means that is on, that's on, and those 2 are on. So then these 3s, well, because that 4 is already done, we're going to need those 2 to be off. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't be that one. It's going to need to be that one, which means that that one needs to be on. That one also needs to be on to stop them interfering with this guy here. This needs to be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Right. Something here needs to be on, but it might not be terribly important what. And it's almost certainly therefore going to be the case that this one's going to need to be on, but questionable. So we're going to get pretty close there. We're going to get pretty close there. This one is going to link up with these, right? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it can't link up with those. There's too many. That is too much stuff going on there. So this one needs to go around here. Do we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, that would be the one there. Because we need to stop this connecting here. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, maybe. We need 5 here. That 5, I reckon, is going to need to be that one. And then we do red boxes there. But that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. Oh, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. This 5... This 5 is going to need to go here. Which means these two are going to need to be red. This is the point where you get like 10 minutes into a puzzle and then you realise that you must have made a mistake somewhere and you don't know where because everything was totally logical up to this point. We need 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be 10. So that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Hey, Yummy Sushi, subscribe with Prime. Thank you. Amazing. You are my second subscriber, Yummy Sushi. Thank you very much. Incidentally, Yummy Sushi also goes by Mochi Woodcrafts, which I'll give a shout out into the channel there. Mochi Woodcrafts, there we go. Oh no, wait, sorry. Yummy Sushi I think might actually be Mochi Woodcraft's wife, right? Not sure. I mean, they both have accounts, but... Oh no, okay, oh it is you, okay, right. But yes, you should check out Mochi Woodcrafts, which is Yummy Sushi's alternate ego. He makes amazing wooden masks. At the moment, making a dragon priest masks from Skyrim. Previously, he's made the blue spirit mask from Avatar, the no name from Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away. That's it. What are you going to be working on next, Yummy Sushi? After your Dragon Priest mask is done, what's next on your plan? 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You might need to make another Dragon Priest mask. Are you starting a cult? Is this like you need to get all 9? Is it 9 Dragon Priests, or is that Lord of the Rings and I'm just kind of wildly projecting there? How many Dragon Priests were there in that game? Oh, really? Oh, so you've actually been losing your VODs. Oh, dear. Sorry to hear that. Right, I thought VODs were good for 30 days. Right, okay. R.I.P. indeed. R.I.P. Well. Okay, how salvageable is this? We can try and step it back and try and work out where we've gone wrong here. But let's sort of start by looking at these ones, yeah? Right, we're going to put in gold everything we're really happy with. So these ones we're happy with. Right? Now what these ones do is they create an impenetrable barrier, right, of off squares. Did I 100% this last week? No. There's still plenty of content left on this game. So we have reached the end of the game. I'm now doing like the optional end game puzzles, which are like the super hard ones for people who are like really dedicated to the cause. And I kind of figured that I really enjoy this game. This is genuinely, like, for me, this is like a 10 out of 10 game. It really is. And so rather than like jump to the next game, which almost certainly wouldn't be as entertaining as this one, regardless of what it was, because, you know, when you're on something that you're really enjoying so much, like, yeah, there's still a good amount to do and discover, apparently, yeah. Yeah, because I thought back to the time that I was working on The Witness and then jumped straight to Fez from The Witness, and I've always sort of intended to go back to The Witness and do some of the late game content there. But yeah, so just kind of, I mean, you know, maybe we'll get bored of this game before we've done everything in it, you know, or maybe we'll get to a puzzle that we literally can't solve. For now, though, I'm happy just chilling on it. So this impenetrable barrier of blue squares means that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red squares. So this corner I'm happy with. Now, because this one has to be off, that becomes blue, and that means that has to be red. And it means that that has to be red as well. So we're really happy with this whole corner. Now, because there is so much blue here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right, this one cannot be allowed to touch these. Right, so this one has to be on. That one could be off. That one could be off. Wait, if this one's off, right, then this guy could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, right, that's where I'm going wrong. Okay. Panic over, team. Panic over. I think we've got it then. So this one needs to be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, except we've got too many things here, so that one, for example, just needs to be on, and then we're going to be fine. Cool. Back to the game window. Well, that's inconvenient because you guys can't see the top corner of this thing because the puzzle is so big. But you just have to trust me that I'm putting it in correctly. Hey, Justy subscribed. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Right, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Then down here, we're going to go... I mean, with all of you subscribed, you know, it's going to mean I have to get my act together and sort out some emotes for you guys, right? So let's put that on my to-do list for next weekend, is to reach out to a graphic designer and ask them to do some work for me. And if you know a graphic designer, or if you are a graphic designer, then feel free to reach out and we can chat about doing some work. No, not quite. Hang on. Those two, that one and that one. No, not quite that one either. There we go. All right, nice one. I would love to hear some thoughts about what game you guys would like to see me play next on stream. Hype! Hype, hype. Okay. Right. These are forced to be off, which means this guy is going to need to connect to both of these areas. Right. Let's add this up. We have got an 8 up here. That's a 2. That's a 2, which makes 12. The closest you could make these would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So I think that has to be like that. That means, though, that all of that's going to need to be on. That's going to need to be on. Oh, Meredith subscribed at tier 1. Thank you very much. Hang on, what's this that I've got on my chat here? A hype train is close. Sub, gift, or use bits now to start a hype train. What is a hype train? It starts when multiple viewers support with subs, gifts, or bits. Once a hype train is underway, the community fills up the hype meter with more subs, gifts, or bits. Everyone who contributes receives one unique emote based on the highest level completed. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, this is important. Oh, brilliant. So we've got 1 minute 25 left on the hype train, apparently. There's so much about Twitch that I don't understand. And there's so much about the affiliate status on channels that is like totally opaque until you become an affiliate, right? So I've done some reading since I got the email yesterday on the Twitch sort of stream manager and stuff, and there are so many different settings and options and things to sort out. I need one more person to gift 100 bits or sub. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. That's good to know. Well, there's 18 seconds left on the hype train. So this one is forced to be on, as is this one, but because this is a 1, we're going to need to combine these together. And I think we're going to need to combine these together. Nah, it won't happen today, but that's okay. I don't think we want it to touch any of this. So what if we literally go around the perimeter like that? So that's 9, and 5 is 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be absolutely fine. So here, da 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 da, ba ba ba, ba ba. And then this is going to go around the edge like this, and that is that one. Okay, one more puzzle in this section, and then, oh, do we take our veggies after that? Because I've been avoiding it. Been avoiding it for 2 weeks now, but at some point we're gonna have to do dashes and slashes again. Or rods and dashes, and that's gonna be tough because I've been very transparent about the fact that they are my least favourite puzzle. But that is okay. That is okay. That's gonna need... Oh, okay, that 2 is gonna have to come out this way, which means it combines with that 1. Doesn't matter without those 3s because those are forced to be off, which means that we're gonna have an off here, and those are all off. As soon as we move away from dominoes, the way we solve these puzzles as well is just gonna totally radically change as well. Like the different puzzle types have such a different feel to them, such a different kind of mechanism by which you need to solve them. Okay. This is on and this has to be off, so these two don't have any chance of combining with each other, so that's fine. This one's forced to be off and these two whites are on, and similarly that black is on and these two blacks are off. So we are pretty happy that none of these have to combine. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No way that these can wrap around each other to combine that way. So theoretically this should stay reasonably simple. Okay, so that one has to be on to avoid these two clashing with each other, and similarly that one has to be on to avoid these two clashing with each other. So that's all fine. That means that's off. These two are going to be on. And this 7 is then set here. So that's good. That's going to need to be off, otherwise you're going to end up with a 4 for this 3 here. And that might be as far as we can take those, right? Oh no, not quite, because this one is going to need to be blue to continue this 7. That means that this one has to be red so that that 3 can work. So that's going to need to be off and that's going to need to be off, meaning that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is now set. Handy. These two need to be on for this 6. That's already guaranteed. Oh, no, wrong colour. That's already guaranteed to be off for that 3. So which of these are which is kind of open at the moment. So let's have a think. Now what do we have in this top section here, yeah? We've got 4 and 6 is 10 and 7 is 17 and 20, 23, 28, 29 on an area which is 5 by 6, which is 30. Yeah, so in this 5 by 6 grid we have 1 spare space, which is almost certainly this one here, because that's on and that's on, so how would you get an off into that corner? So I have a feeling therefore those need to be that 5, that needs to be that 3. We're going to end up with this 7 being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That 4 comes here, and then this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this 3 finishes that off. That should be the end of the dominoes for us. So, there. That 4 goes there. This one is there. There and there. Yeah. Okay, cool. That is domino. Oh, wait, no. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to save that for later because oh, we already did those. The time has come, gang. The time has come. We knew it was coming. We need to do dashes and slashes. There's not that many of them, and they are quite small, but these are deceptively hard. Deceptively hard. Just immediately. Just immediately no. Right, yeah. Dashes of different colours cannot have the same shape as each other. So even though that would theoretically work if, say, this was a black dash, for example, the white dashes and the black dashes cannot be the same shape as each other. Okay. I am pretty sure... Okay. Different colours can be parts of the same shape. Good to know. Now, that should be okay. Provide... wait, no, hang on. No. No, because the center of rotation has to be the dash. Right. So, for anyone new on dashes and slashes, let me give you the 411 on them. So, dashes, you need to replicate the same shape for the dashes of the same color. So, for this black dash and this black dash, they are both in the top left-hand corner of a 4x4 square. As I said before, like, this would also work if this was a black dash because they would be on the left-hand square of a 2x1 square. So that's all fine. Slashes, you have to have the slashes of the same color at the same point of a shape which rotates to get to the other slash. So for example, for the black slashes, this would be fine and this would be fine because you can rotate this L shape to be this L shape, but the slash has to be at the point of rotation. So for example, this would not work for the black slashes because on one of them you're rotating on the corner and the other one you're rotating in the middle. Mixing a slash and a dash of the same colour, the slashes are forced to rotate, but the dashes don't. So, in honesty, I can't quite remember how those work, but if we look back through the Miro board, where we have the history of every puzzle we've beaten for quite a long period of the game now, I can probably try and find an example from the mine that we worked on, where we've had a dash and a slash of the same colour as each other. So... yeah, okay, that one's confusing. We have done at least one. We have done at least one. I'm trying to find other examples. Okay, examples are not immediately forthcoming. Not important. Not important. Right. Yeah, okay, so an L shape that bends this way and an L shape that bends this way aren't the same shape. That's a bit of a problem because we can't really make a Z shape there. And that then just wouldn't work because then that's all one big shape. Oh, that's the other thing as well. Slashes, the rotating shapes, can touch each other, but dashes can't. Ah, that could work though, right? Because the slashes can be in the same shape as each other, and then you combine it with a dash which is in the same position as this slash right. Now, this one has to be off. That's fair enough. It cannot have anything above it. Yeah, because this doesn't have anything above it. And this one is connected to something to the left of it, which means this one has to be connected to something to the left of it. So this one has to stay off. I have a feeling that this is a puzzle that's going to be easier to do if we do take a picture of it, actually. So let's just reset the puzzle, grab a screenshot, and we'll go back to the board. Here we are. So, that one has to be off because it has to be connected to this one, right? And similarly, those two are going to need to be on because there's nothing above here, right? Now, this one could be on like this if it's off like this, provided that those end up off. And in fact, that's actually a pretty neat solution. Yeah, and then off, 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 on. Yeah, okay. I reckon that's okay. So something like that. Nice. Okay, and then this last one here. Okay, this last one here. With chill vibes being the theme of your channel, unpacking. Do you know what? I've seen unpacking. It's not a puzzle game, right? Or is it? I was under the impression that it was more of a, well, literally just a placing the items kind of. I mean, it looks incredibly cozy, and I'm sure it has like a brilliant soundtrack and stuff. So those have to be off to match that, and that's going to need to be on to match that one being off. Now this is kind of interesting, right? So these have to be off, which means that this one, like, we could make these off. If we make these off, that has to be on. Well, in fact, that one has to be on anyway, because that's off the bottom of the screen there. That means this one's going to have to be off to make this pattern here. Right? But then to make this pattern, well, for this one to be off, that means this one needs to be on, which gives this an off here, and then an on. That should be okay. Here, and here. Yes! Nice. Right. Let's have a go at the walking puzzle. Oh, it still gives your head a bit of an exercise, does it? Okay. I'll check out some reviews, because I will admit I did kind of dismiss it a little bit because, although it's incredibly cozy, I did dismiss it a little bit because I assumed that it was a, well, I suppose it's kind of like the I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what I would compare it to actually. So this is a walking puzzle, which means we kind of have to like walk around and create shapes that the thing's going to go, but we can't backtrack over ourselves. Now, the fact that we need to make 3 shapes, pretty sure that means that we're not stepping on those shapes. Let's make a presumption that these are not going to get walked on. Now there's some brilliant logic we can do here, because this shape cannot continue downwards and this shape cannot continue upwards, which means if this is not being walked on, then that has to be being walked on, as does that have to be walked on. Can you indeed just do a 1-by-1 walk here? If that's an absorbing state, right, make that an absorbing state. Can we... you can't quite get round, right, because you've got 2 ending places, so you can't make them 1-by-1s. Not a puzzle game for sure. There's some thinking because you have to be logical with how you place some items, but it's not really the thinking type. It's very chill, neat game when you don't want to be thinking on stream. Fair play. Right. So we're convinced that it can't be up, can't be down. Would be kind of convenient to take a slot on the right here. Start here, go around here, up, down, up. Yeah, we can do that, we can do that. So if we start there, right, let's start here. And we go around like this, and go down, up, round like that. There we go. 3 more puzzles here, and then we've got dashes and slashes. Okay. Well, these already work together. These ones clearly don't. These have to be off. These have to be off. We cannot extend further than that. If you want anything to be on, it cannot be further than that. And you can't extend off this way further than that, because that would then bump into the edge in the same way that that would bump into the bottom. Okay, right, okay. No, we've got a good one here. That's got to be off, because this can't extend further than that. And that means that this one has to be off. Now that one's going to need to be on, because you don't want these 2 shapes bumping into each other. Now that could be off, right, but if that one is off, that for sure needs to be on. In fact, this one needs to be off, because otherwise this one's going to bump off the edge of the track, right? So I have a feeling that we're drawing something like this. We're going to need an off here and here, and off here, and those two are off, and those two probably both on. So I think it's that. There we go. Okay, 2 more puzzles. Next. So we've got this L shape here. So that means that that has to be off. But this already connects down here, which means this is going to need to be on. Okay. Fine. This being on the edge means that that is definitely off and that is definitely on. And that also therefore means that that has to definitely be off, because otherwise you're going to bump down onto the bottom here and here. Which means that that needs to be on, and those two need to be in opposition to each other. Now, here's the thing. 2 to the right is actually available for all of these. And so actually, drawing something like that is not terribly unreasonable, because we can draw something like that up here, and it's fine because of the way that that they don't sort of need to interact across the diagonal. So I think that's okay there. So if we draw something like this and that, and get that up there. There we go. Last puzzle in this section, and it is slashes. Okay, nothing is forced to be on, nothing's forced to be off. It's just straight up imagination now. Straight up imagination. Now bear in mind, these can be part of the same shape as each other. So, but they do have to rotate. Oh, and they also have to be different shape to each other? Is it? Hang on. What's the rule over here? So the slashes can be part of the same shape as long as you can rotate them and it still looks the same. And they can be part of the same shape as a different colour, but I think at least the point of rotation has to be different. Well, implicitly it has to be different, otherwise it would be located in the same spot as another colour, wouldn't it? So that's true. Okay. Let's just throw out some options. You could do something like that, and then have it rotate there. And that could itself rotate like this, which could mean that that is like that. and then something like that. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, okay, no, that doesn't work. Ooh. An L shape wouldn't work because those don't rotate to be the same as each other. Right, even if you rotate it that way. And for the same argument as Tetris Z wouldn't work either, because that is not a rotation. I mean, this one... no. I mean, it can't be a shape that's too large. You know, it can't be a shape that's too large. Otherwise, there just wouldn't be enough room for them. But could it be something that's really small? Like that? And then... would something like that work? I mean, well, then you don't. That doesn't actually work. So no, something like that wouldn't work. The fact that with slashes the rotating shapes can also touch each other adds an extra layer of complication, right? So for the black slashes, well, even for the white slashes, right? Something like that and that would be fine for the white slashes. Even though they're touching. Something. Well, oh no. This is going to be a real problem for me, I can tell. I mean, it can't be much more complicated than an L shape, right? Something like that. Got a bit of a problem with that point there. Oh, actually, maybe. If we do something like that, can you put these in the middle of a thing, though? Not really, and also the black ones then really questionably, like, don't rotate at all. So I don't think a cross piece is correct. I mean, something even simpler would be like a 2x1 piece. Except it can't be a 2x1 piece where both of them are in it. We could do a 3x1 piece, potentially, if you're doing something like that, but then that needs to be in the middle of it, doesn't it? So that's no good. And similarly, it wouldn't work that way around. Something like that. Yeah, that wouldn't work either. Which sort of brings us back to, can you draw something like that and make it work? Which you can't that way. Can you do it that way? So then you'd need that to be like that. And then for this one to be this way around, it's going to need to be like the... actually, I could do it like that. Could be... No, these are not rotations of each other. Could be like... No, can't be that way. It's not going to like that, because then it's not actually rotating. And also that square becomes no good as well. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Ah, you just solved it. Ah, well done, well done. This is a tricky one for sure. I mean, rods, dashes and slashes. It's my Achilles heel on this game. It really is. I don't know, for some reason these puzzles just don't quite talk to me in the same way. We're not going to be able to have a shape like this, right? Because then they're going to be at the same position in the same shape, and also that's just not going to work sensibly. Well, or would it? Or would it? If here's that, and then you have that, and you do this, that's all working so far. And then you do that. And then you got that. Well, except for the fact that now you don't have anything to put on that one. This one is particularly deceiving. Wow. particularly deceiving. Nice. No, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, let's check a degenerate case, right? What if the black ones were 1x1s, right? Because that would kind of count as a rotation, right? Because if we can eliminate 1x1 as an option, then we can then sort of move up the order of the hierarchy. So blacks being 1x1s kind of creates this sort of shape here. Now we can create super shapes, as we know. So, but I don't think this is going to work. The opposite case of the white ones being 1x1s would give you black being like this. That would also need to connect like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. And that's definitely not going to work either. So pretty sure 1x1 not going to be an answer. 2x1. Now we know that 2x1's not going to work if you actually combine things together. So that means that's going to end up being on, and that one's going to end up being on. And that's therefore going to need to be on. But if that... Oh, well actually... No, that's really close. If that wasn't there, this shape would work, because it can rotate. Yeah. So that's not going to work. And of course, if it's that, then you're going to end up with a 2x1 there. Well... No, they're not allowed to be the same shape as each other. That would be a touch too easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, no. Doesn't quite work. Doesn't really work like that. So 2x1 probably not that. Um, 2x2 is going to be immediate problems, right? Because how's that going to work with that? It wouldn't. And well, nah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, right? Because you've got the wrong number of... the wrong number of squares. But that does remind me a little bit of that mine puzzle that we saw a long while ago. Not that one. Further back than that. Further back than all of this. It was a puzzle we saw in the mine. I think it was... was it this one? I don't even think it was that one. Oh, okay. Again, example not forthcoming. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem, because if you do that one, then what are you going to do here? What are you going to do there? And if you do it like that, then it's like, yeah, you're sort of stuck. So 2x2, probably no good. We've tried various versions of the L shape now. If we were to... well... so a long L. Whoops. Pressed on the wrong button there. Well, now it's just not loading my picture. Okay. The long L there isn't going to work because this one will be in the wrong position in the long L. Yeah, I'm getting really stumped on this one. The 1x3... we've tried a couple of variations on the 1x3, right? And we have, well, various problems. The white one can't be in the middle of the 1x3 for a start. You could do something like that, I guess. Could the black one be in the middle of the 1x3? Well... not easily, because how are you going to now do that without making that one big shape? Well, that actually does rotate kind of nicely. This white one's going to be in the wrong spot though. So that's going to be a problem, but that does look kind of nice in a weird way. But no, I don't think it's any good. So the black can't be in the middle of the 1x3. And putting it on an edge is not going to work because then they're going to be the same shape as each other. So That means it can't be that, can't be that, can't be that. So I think we are eliminating 1 by 3 for the whites. Oh dear. Okay. I think let's wait and get a fresh perspective on that one in a little while. Oof. That is a now the brain to activate the robot at the end of the game to get true ending. You know, we're going to do that one last. Right, we're saving those ones. So let's. What do we fancy? Well, there's this section or there's that section, so we might get fairly far with what is remaining here now. Okay. Now, rhombuses, for anyone not familiar, rhombuses need to pair up in groups of 2, and only groups of 2, which means these 3 cannot be in the same group, but they need to be potentially sort of with each other. These guys are 8s, but these guys are -1s. And we also have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, we have an even number of rhombuses, so that is okay. But I believe you can. Well, let me have 1, 2, 3. So that's 8, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those not a problem with each other. So we can pair up a black rhombus with black dominoes. So that's an important one to know, because, you know, Matthew might have thrown us a bit of a curveball there in regards to that one. Okay. I think maybe we start making some guesses. If we were to have this guy up here, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These guys would find it very hard to match up with anything else. So this guy, very unlikely to be moving up here, very unlikely to be moving there for exactly the same reason. Could well be partnering here or here. Incidentally, these can be in the same group as each other, so shouldn't forget about that either. But this puzzle does not have a huge number of clues on how to get started on it, for sure. So we're going to need to make some conjecture. Let's assume that those are grouped together. That means that one definitely isn't. So let's assume that that gets grouped. And this is an 8, comes down to a 7. Which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would already be too many. So you could instead do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which would also be too many. One thing that we can say for sure, actually, is because there are an even number of rhombuses in both colours, this one probably does have to link with that one because the fact that this is like a -1. But I reckon those two not going to be linked to each other. I mean, if we assume that these two do get linked to each other, right, so then that's like 5. I will assume that those get linked. We could do get those like that to be 7. Get these like that to be 7. That could go like that. We're going to need that to be like this, yeah. That works like this, yeah? That does the business. Great. Next puzzle is a smaller one. Okay, we've got a 5 and we have a 5. And this one has to be negative. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, if that was like this, and this was like that, well, no, hang on. That would imply that you're going to need that like that, and that like that. So... well... you couldn't combine those two and still have 5 left over. So that wouldn't work. Okay, the 5s have to pair with a rhombus, yeah, because otherwise it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, doesn't work. And I'm pretty sure because they're the same colour, if you were to combine them like that, yeah, no, it's wrong. Well, the 5 would be fine, but the 2 rhombuses don't work because they count the 5 as if it's a rhombus. Yeah. So, something like that? Possible? No, not really possible, because how do you get 5 out of this one then? You'd need like... yeah, that would not work. That wouldn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. I am using the wrong colour because that's forced to be on. And this one's actually forced to be off, which actually limits the possibility space anyway, right? But if it is like that, then actually all 3 of those need to be off, as well as that square and that square, which does then become really incredibly limiting. So that's no good. Something like that would lead to those, and that all needing to be off, as well as that one. So that's just no good. So we've eliminated this. That doesn't work anyway. We've eliminated that. Obviously that can't work. That could work, and that could work. I'm kind of more tempted to say, let's try this one, which means that needs to be like that, that needs to be like that. No, that can't work. If it's that one instead, it does change it a little bit, but the problem is that one has to be off, so no. So that kind of brings us back to this idea. But that means we've got off, 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 and those two have to be off, and this one needs to be off. So that's just no good at all. Wow, okay. So we've tried that. We've tried that. We've tried that, that, and that. What else is there? It feels like we've tried most of the options there. Oh, we haven't tried something like... Well, we haven't tried something like that, for example. Which would mean those two need to be off, as does that one, as does that one, as does that one. So that's no good, because how are you going to get anywhere with that? But let's instead think about... Well, like, if that one's reasonably close... Sorry, yeah, let's retry that one. Oh, no. That one coming off actually ended up being a bit of a problem, didn't it? Because you end up with all of that being off. And that one has to be off anyway. So that's sort of no good. What if it was... something like... Oh, no, that just looks horrible. Because that's going to need to be off anyway, so then that's going to need to come into there. That's going to... No, it doesn't work, that. Wow, this is actually really hard, this puzzle. This is really tricky. So, can't be that. I mean... Yeah, well, it can't be that because then it's going through two rhombuses. So that's no good. Incidentally, the puzzle is symmetric, right? So we are expecting something with rotational symmetry here. So in theory, we only have to solve half the puzzle. So that does definitely mean we can eliminate any... well, actually... Off... Oh, no, yeah. That's never going to work anyway. It's never going to work. Okay. Yeah, doing something like that, that would just be mad, because what are you going to do with these two on the edges here? It would be really, really useful if... Oh, yeah, I mean, something like that's not gonna... just not gonna fly. Because then that needs to be off, 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 off. So, and that's off anyway. We haven't... Oh, no, it can't be that one, because that's too many... That's too many. This is really weird because there are really only so many ways that you can arrange 5 blocks, and it really does feel like I've kind of gone through them all. So we've looked at that as a possibility. We've looked at that as a possibility. We have looked at... so that can't be a possibility. Same with that one, right? So that eliminates everything that has 4 at the top. So then when you look at everything that has 3 at the top, you've got this one which we looked at, this one which we looked at, that one can't happen, and that's everything with 3 at the top. So if you look at 2 at the top, you can have that one which can't happen, you've got that one which we looked at, that one too many. Oh, 3 at the top, we also did look at that one, which is like probably weirdly like our least worst one so far. But the problem is that this just leads to too many squares that then have to be black. You can't, you know, we're gonna break the symmetry there. So you can't, yeah, so that's a good way of thinking about it, right? Is that if you end up needing to be like this, and this one ends up needing to be like this, then you're gonna clash on the edges. You're gonna have a very unhappy edges. Or maybe you need to. Oh, you... That took way too long. That took way too long. Right, cool. Oh, wow. Sometimes you literally just cannot see the answer. Sometimes you literally... like, genuinely, I think that might have been the last possible option we looked at. How? No idea. Oh dear. Okay. Right, this one at least, the rhombuses are not the same colour as the dots, so maybe a touch easier, maybe not. Cannot do anything like that, because that needs to be a 4. That also means that you can't do anything like that, because it needs to be a 4 as well. Could do something like this. That would be fine so far. And indeed would... ah, no, can't be like that. Cannot be like that. Because you're gonna clash. You are gonna clash with that one needing to be this way, for example. Oh, but that's okay, though. That is okay. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Boop. And like that. Oh, we have a non-square puzzle. Okay, a puzzle which is not of the square variety. And it's got dashes on it. So, this is forced to either connect this way or it's forced to connect this way. Which means that this one is definitely going to be blue because it's definitely going to connect to this one. If we literally did something like that, which is sort of the obvious thing to do, right, that looks okay, except for the fact that you are going to need to bulk that out there, and then you can't actually extend down here because you're extending off the bottom of this. So I reckon you cannot connect that way. So you could do something like that, which links this way instead. Because then you can have that be off and that be on. And you can have something like... You can't extend further out the top here, meaning that those two are going to need to be on, so these two need to be off. But that's fine, we can end the shapes there. Okay, this one's going to be like that, like that. Great! Last one on this wall. Last one on this wall is... struggling to remember how those interact with each other actually. I'm pretty sure when it's rhombuses, the flowers count for both, but I think when it's numbers, when it's dominoes, the flowers don't actually count for any number at all. So that's kind of fine. These ones then mean that you're going to be on your own this way, right? Because 1, 2, 3, hang on, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, you could link them together if you really went ham on that, but likely probably not. Now, the obvious way to link these up would be this way and this way. In which case, can you do something like... Well... actually, no, because that can only agree with 2 of its neighbours, right? So, no, you're not linking those up like that. So you could do something like this, and that'd get you 5. But then... Oh yeah, then you're going to end up in a bit of a problem there, aren't you? What if you don't try and be fancy and you just make that your 5 instead? Well... yeah, you're gonna... Yeah, oh, yeah, no, you got a little bit of a problem there, yeah? If you make that your 5... Because you sort of then need these to be like that, right? Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yes, then you just make that off and you put this one as on. Okay, that will be okay. Great. So now we've got a large wall. Thankfully, oh no, we do have slashes, but that's a very, very symmetric puzzle. So we have an opportunity here. We're going to make really good progress today. This is a chunky puzzle. This is a chunky puzzle. Let's start by filling in the things that we definitely know. So we definitely know that that cannot be red, yeah? And that means that has to be this way as well. Now, if you take a 1 and a 0, I'm pretty sure they cancel each other out and then they can ignore each other. So we'll go with that. This one has to be off, and somehow we need to get this all the way around here. Noting the fact that this one, unless it combines with the 3, is going to need to be in opposition to its neighbours. This one being the other only red rhombus. Yeah, you have a great evening, Justy. Thank you very much for coming down. Thank you very much for the subscription. Have a good evening. Catch you in the YouTube comment section. There's only one red rhombus, so this has to be red. These two do have to combine with each other. Now they could do something fancy, like wrapping around. You know, like they could wrap around something like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, if they did something like that, but then that wouldn't really work because we need an off map to go like that. So I'm pretty sure that that's going to be on. I think we can be fairly reasonable on that one. So this one, you know, we could go something like this. Yeah, and then that would make a nice 4 on its own there. And if this one were coming up, you know, you could combine those two like that. And that could be a way to combine in here. Right, and get to this one. The problem is, how's this 3 going to act? Right, this 3 though could be red, but you're going to need to add a lot of those, right? 1, 2, you know, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's not going to work because that only adds up to 10 so far. So that wouldn't work on its own, and definitely adding it to this blue chain here is not going to help solve that problem. So that means we kind of need this 4 to be part of the gang, yeah? So that means we need the 4 to be part of the gang, and for the 4 to be part of the gang probably means we need to go around like this. This makes us closer to the 3 though. So if we were to combine it something like that, suddenly we have 4, 8, and 6 makes 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And the rhombuses match and everything else matches. So I think we are good there. Here, 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 there, 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 there. And then this one. Yeah, that's fine, because there's no... Oh, wait, no, that doesn't work. Wait. That doesn't add up correctly. Oh, shoot, yeah, of course it doesn't add up correctly. We can't add the 3s to this. That's mad. Yeah, that definitely doesn't add up. So we're pretty close, except for the fact that... Oh, wait! That's how we get it. Nice. Got it. Okay. We were pretty close. 2 more puzzles on this wall. So that one has to be off, that one has to be on. The black rhombuses have to pair up with each other. The white rhombuses have to pair up with each other, yeah? So that's good. This one... Ah, here we go. This is cool. This one cannot be on because this one has to agree with all of its neighbours, and that well, unless you would then combine it with a load of other stuff to make it even bigger, I suppose. Which actually suddenly that's now a 4. So does that suddenly like work? What? Hang on. 4, 8 and 5 makes 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What? Hang on, wait, no. Something's going to go horribly wrong here, right? This one has to disagree with all of its neighbours. Yeah? So if this one's off, and bear in mind, this one, right, one of these two has to be off, and therefore this one has to be on. Yeah, so that has to be off, off, off. We have to continue the train, because it's got to link up over here. So... that's 5. Oh my word, that actually works. No, not quite. It doesn't quite work because of this 3 here. But if we were to add something like that 3 to it, we've got 5. That 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we literally just kind of stumbled onto the answer for this one. I think maybe we just got really lucky there. Because the maths just started mathing really hard. Oh, shoot, have I added that up wrong? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh. Oh, I have, like, actually totally added it up wrong. Wait, yeah, no. That doesn't work then. Oh, unless you do that. And then it works. Okay, nice. Sweet. Okay, we have got one more puzzle on this wall. So, these all need to partner up. They all need to be pieces which rotate. right? That means we are doing something symmetric like this, but or we just bust through it. Wait. No. No, it's not going to be that. Okay. Where does this turn up to? Where is this? Where is this? It's 9, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But these can't be on the same thing as these, right? Dominoes can't be sharing colours with other dominoes. So how are you going to get that? Oh wait, no, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Oh, and very appropriately, it is also basically the logo for the game, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. Almost the logo for the game. Okay, so that's those two walls. We've got one puzzle there left to solve, and then we're just activating the giant robot. And then I think we're done behind this waterfall. Like, I think we've finished this whole area of post-end game content. So we've got this fiendishly difficult puzzle to solve, and then we're just on the robot activations. Well, we'll get 5 more minutes in on this one. We're pretty close to ending the stream, in honesty, because you know it is 9:45 here. But 5 more minutes. Because I always like to end on a high. I don't like to end stuck. And there haven't been many puzzles in this game that we've got so stuck on that we've had to just abandon and then come back to. Now, the way these were arranged, and I'm going to change my red. I'm going to change my red to purple so it's easier to see. Right, because the orange background, or actually, maybe green, maybe even green. No, the orange background on this puzzle is intense. Let's say purple and orange. Purple and orange is good. That's a difficult one, yeah, because you can't do it that way, you can't do it that way. Obviously you can't do it that way, and you could do it that way, but it's doesn't really give you anything. Also, actually, no, because that can't rotate in and of itself. So that wouldn't work anyway. So what do we do? Do we go back? Do we go back through our various shapes that we were trying before? The one my mind keeps coming back to is just a really, really standard L shape like this. L, 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 Doesn't even need to necessarily be that L, right? Could be like that, except probably would have to be like that. And then an L like that. But then, what would that be? Like, this could be like on, off, on. But that would then be a bit of a problem there. I mean, could be like that, I suppose. On, off, off. Have it on like that. Yeah. Excuse me. I mean, what if the white ones were on the edge, right? Because could the black ones be in the middle? Like, that sort of looks like it could vaguely work, right? On, off, on. I mean, if you were doing something like that. Something like... Wait, no. I said the black ones have to be in the middle. So something like that, right? And then... Could be like... well, yeah, you're going to end up with a problem right there. Because you need that to be like that, yeah? You're also going to end up with a problem there as well. I mean, it's close, but yeah, does not work the way you want it to, right? 'Cause now these two don't work. And now none of it works. I mean, we discussed before how handy that would be. Oh. So this would all be all kinds of wrong anyway, apparently. I mean, that also kind of feels weirdly close, right? Because you do sort of have an opportunity here and here, but then again, it's like, what would that square then be? The 3x1 concept. Well, at least with white in the middle, just doesn't work because of this guy here. And with black in the middle, you'd need to sort of do it that way round. Well, actually, if you did that and that, and that, yeah, well, you're going to need to then do that, aren't you? And that wouldn't really work. Well, actually, what if you did that and that? Well, how are you going to get that into the middle then? Yeah. You'd need to do something like then this, which is going to bump into that, and it's not going to work. You know, the alternative would be something like this, but then that's not going to work either. Well, we are going to need to leave that as something to think about for next time. We're going to wrap the stream up there, but thank you very much, everyone, for coming along today, and thank you very much for the subscribes and for the bits, and you know, I'm really pleased that you know, I'm really pleased to have made affiliate status, and yeah, and I'm really looking forward to, you know, the future direction the channel's going to go. So let's have a quick look on Twitch right now. Who is live? JR Plays Games is live. So we are going to start a raid right there. Okay, raid has been created. 3 viewers are ready to raid. So see you all next week. See you next Sunday. This will be up on YouTube on Friday. See you next Sunday for Abduction, or next Monday for this. For now, we're going to go and raid JR's channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.